Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome if you are new. My name is Autumn and I talk about Japan and the JET program and living in Japan and being black in Japan, everything Japan. I just talk about Japan, you know? So I wanted to come on here and be transparent with y'all for a little bit. So this video is basically my experience with Japanese doctors, and I am doing this on the 16th. It is April the 16th, exactly 2 days after my birthday, and I have surgery in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from today I will be in a hospital getting ready to get prepped for surgery. And it's nothing like super crazy, but I know that there's a lot of people that come to Japan and they have medical issues, and I'm not discounting anybody's medical issues, but I've always heard bad stories, so I just wanted to be upfront with what I'm dealing with and how the process is going for me. So yeah, this video may be a little tiny bit all over the place just because I wasn't thinking of doing anything for real, so I didn't film like anything. And if you hear my laundry in the back, I'm sorry. I got to wash clothes. I got stuff to do. I'm an adult. I wanted to come on here and just talk about my experience so far with doctors. So far, I haven't had too many like negative experiences. So there was this one time that I went to the doctor because my knee has been making this really weird crunching noise when I go up the stairs. It does not happen when I'm going downstairs, but it happens when I'm going upstairs. I went to the doctor and he was like, oh yeah, so the problem is you have to lose weight. So if you are from America and you are bigger, you know that this is everybody's solution to everything, lose weight. But I almost expected it from Japanese people just because they always act so surprised to see someone that is not a toothpick. And it's so crazy because they're also not toothpicks. So I don't understand. But yeah, so basically, I was kind of off put by that because that is America's solution to everything, is to just completely attack your weight rather than actually solve the problem. So I was put off by it. So I wasn't really like into going to go see another doctor for a while. However, I have had an issue that I've been dealing with for a very long time, like probably like 3 years. And honestly, I'm glad that I know what it is and what it's not. So if you are a woman, even if you're a man actually, because like stick around, you might need this for your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. There are issues that can happen to our ovaries where we get little tiny little balls on them called cysts. And apparently this is like super normal, and like everyone gets at least one cyst in their lifetime, and like it's not that big of a deal. If you have a lot of cysts, then you have PCOS or endometriosis or one of those things, and luckily I don't have any of those things, but I did have a rather massive cyst on my ovary for a while. And honestly, when I was in America, I was trying to get it handled. So I went to a doctor in America, and the doctor was like, oh, well, you know, usually cysts shrink over time, which is true. Sometimes they do shrink over time. However, because it is America and the doctor was of a different complexion than I, and because I am a woman, he just expected me to just go along with it. And he was like, oh, well, let's just wait a month to see what happens and if it goes down in size or not. So I waited the month and it did not go down in size. And he was like, okay, well, let me just check and make sure it's not cancer. You cannot throw the cancer word around with the type of brain that I have. I was like in tears, like, oh my God, I've got ovarian cancer, I'm gonna die. I am overdramatic. I am who I am. So it wasn't cancer. So he was like, okay, well, let's wait another month. But I was like, all right, I've been coming to you for 3 months and I have to leave soon. I have to go to Japan. I can't sit around and keep waiting. Can we just do something? And he was like, no, let's not do anything too prematurely. Like, it might shrink. It might shrink. It might shrink. So I was like, okay, I don't think it's gonna shrink, but okay, if you want to wait, I can't force you to do anything. You don't eh. And this is my fault because I don't challenge doctors because I assume that they know what they're doing, which is not always the case in this case. So I waited and I didn't do anything about it because I was like, he said it was going to get smaller. It's fine. It was painful. Every time my cycle would come around, I was in pain. Every time, like, it was so bad that the pain was just a constant. Like, it was just with me. Me and the pain was friends, bro. I knew that the pain was at like a 5 on a regular day. But when my cycle was coming or on, it was at like maybe an 8. It wasn't like a 10 yet, but it was like an 8. And a red flag about this doctor is he kept saying, oh, well, your ovaries, so you have 2 ovaries. If you have a cyst or anything on one of the ovaries, it hangs a little lower. And he kept saying, well, when it torsions over itself, so it'll turn on itself if it's too heavy, he's like, it kind of feels like when men's balls get turned and like twist on themselves. And I'm sitting here like, I am a woman. Yo sé des. Woman, female. I don't know how that feels. I don't know how it feels to have a man's balls like this. So I was just like, that does not help me understand what type of pain that's supposed to feel like because I don't have a penis. I don't have balls. I am a woman. I am a woman. I have a uterus. I don't understand. I was so stressed. Anyway, long story short, I ended up coming to Japan and I knew that I had this issue. And so when I went to the doctor to solve it, they didn't have to do any tests. They knew exactly what I was looking for. They saw what I saw or what I was feeling. And unfortunately, they were like, this thing is massive. We need to remove it. And it's been a long time coming because between scheduling and me and Evie going on trips and Evie having to go to the UK and just not having quick time to get it done, I'm finally getting the surgery for it. And I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but so far my doctors and nurses have been understanding. They've been good with communication. They give you so much paperwork. There's no way you don't know what's going on. I also have Evie to translate, so that does help, I guess. But yeah, so basically I'm getting this done and I just wanted to kind of like come on here and say for people in America, specifically people in America, yes. Women in America, yes. But specifically Black women in America. If something is wrong with your body, do not let these white doctors talk you out of fixing the issue. Because I think that was my biggest problem, is I knew something was wrong and I did not press the issue because I assumed he knew what he was doing. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. Because the thing is, if you let a cyst sit on your ovary for too long, you could risk becoming infertile from it. I want kids. And clearly he had an agenda that he did not want me to have kids. So I won't out that doctor or anything, but like, I just will say that is why when I lived in America, I really was so adamant about having female and women of color as my doctors. Cause usually we don't play by us. We don't play by us. We know how it is. And, I got my conspiracy theories on doctors in America in the first place. I think they're all trying to kill minorities. Like, that we won't get into that. But basically, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a rundown before you see footage of me possibly in a hospital. I have like a checklist of stuff. I'm gonna do a little mini pack with me next week while I pack up my suitcase, because I do have to take a suitcase to the hospital because I am staying there for 4 days. And then hopefully I can recover and I will be able to reproduce. I mean, I don't have anybody to reproduce with, but I will be able to. And that is all that matters. So, so far I haven't had a bad experience. Everyone's been nice. Everyone's been understanding. Everyone has been very clear, communicative. Like, it's been pretty good. In fact, they do so many tests here because they want to make sure that you're actually getting the correct treatment. What I will say is I've seen other people's videos and I've heard horror stories. What I think the issue is Japanese doctors know how to treat symptoms and not root causes. If you know the root cause of your ailment or your situation, tell them that so they can treat that. I already knew what was wrong with me, but I feel like if I didn't know what was wrong with me, I would have had a much different story to tell you guys today. So honestly, if you want to finesse the system, if you are from America or a country that has a pretty decent, like, you can trust the doctors enough to tell you what's going on, they might not be able to, you know, fix it, but if you could trust them to tell you what's going on with your body, get that diagnosis wherever you're from. And then once you're here and you're a citizen and you're like working here, living here under visa, then use that information and go to the doctor. That way it's easy peasy, quick squeezy, you know, you got it. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and do that. It's about 12-minute mark, so I'm about to go so you guys can see this pack with me in a minute. So I'll see you guys later, and hopefully I have a good outcome to this video, because I really want to have some type of positive experience for y'all, because I feel like all I see about the medical system in Japan is negativity, negativity, negativity. And I don't think that it's bad, because there's a good and bad to every system. There's a good and bad to every place, every country, every doctor, everything. But all I have seen is disappointment. So hopefully there's no disappointment on this channel. So I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, hi guys, it is Sunday evening and I have packed my bags, so I'm gonna show you what I've done. So I have my small towel, my slippers, some masks, my medicines, some baby wipes, pads, sanitary napkins, bendy straws that do like this, my deodorant, toothbrush, other cosmetic thingies I might need, my snacks, I got some snacks, and then a bigger towel that I'm going to somehow stuff into there on that side. On this side, I have underwear and socks, because it's probably going to get cold. And I've got pajamas and then an outfit to wear out of the hospital when I get checked out. I am also bringing my laptops so that I can play games and watch TV and chill, and chargers and stuff like that. I have work to do still, so I'll be trying to work as I recover. But yeah, so I took a COVID test at the hospital. I have to take one tomorrow, which I'm hoping that I pass, because I mean, I feel fine, but you just never know, like the way that my luck is set up, y'all. So now that all that is done and I'm done packing, the next time you will see me, I will have a gown on or something, or I don't know. Next time you see me, hopefully this cyst will be removed and I will be much happier. I hope. Fingers crossed. So yeah, that was my quick little pack with me. It wasn't a whole lot. The suitcase is really, really, really small, but I just wanted to make sure that I got pretty much everything that I needed. So there is a Hyaku-in shop in the store, so I was planning on just buying like shampoo and a loofah there so that I could just toss them when I'm done, because I don't see the point in dragging all of my stuff from my house just for comfort. I'm only going to be there for a few days. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few seconds for you, but in like a day or two for me. So I was scheduled to stay at the hospital for 4 days, and this was my room. They gave me food for the first day, and it was really, really good. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna get meals like this the entire stay, but I was mistaken. This is a laxative, and I'm playing The Sims, and it's dark outside. I have to drink this entire thing before 10 o'clock. It's so gross. The only other time that I got solid food was my final day in the hospital. All the other days I was eating liquid food or porridge, stuff that was really easy to digest. And luckily they provided lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so I didn't have to go eat my snacks at all. If you don't like the porridge they give you, you can switch it out for bread. It's the morning of my surgery. I'm in this gown, and they make you put your hair in these pigtails. I don't know why. It's cute though. I'm congested because it's stuffy in here. Y'all pray for me. So they give you a very detailed list of what you are taking, and luckily they gave me a list of things in English and what they do, what all the medicines do, when I have to take the medicines. I did have to track my own progress, so I had to write out whether or not I ate 3 meals a day, whether or not I had a bowel movement that day, whether or not I took all my medicine for that day, and then a nurse signed off on it. And they were really nice about making sure that my other medical needs were met, so when I did have issues with my asthma, they helped me out with that as well. Okay guys, so I just wanted to come on here and kind of give a little tiny bit of some information, some numbers, how I feel. It has officially been 3 weeks post-op since I got out of the hospital, and I feel better. It turns out that the cyst was actually a benign tumor, which benign, thank you God. Tumor, okay. I will probably never trust another American doctor ever again in my life because, sir. Anyway, the stay at the hospital was actually really nice. for the first couple days I had the room to myself. It was pretty lonely, and then I got a roommate, and then I got another roommate, and then I got another roommate, and it was very interesting. I didn't speak to any of them because like Japanese people are like really afraid of foreigners, but I was on the same floor where people were giving birth, so every now and again I'd hear a baby. As far as the food goes, they have this rice called porridge, but it's not like American porridge. It's just rice that is soupy, and it was not for me. I had to let her know, like, no, I can't eat that. So they opted out for bread instead, so thank goodness. My nurses were all really nice. Even when I needed help, they were there. They spoke to me. A lot of them really tried to like talk to me in Japanese, which I really enjoyed because I got to practice. I also had some that tried to talk to me in English. They didn't do too hot, but it was okay. Most of the time I just communicated with my phone, and they communicated with their phones, and we just kind of like showed each other messages back and forth. It wasn't a bad stay. I will say that hospitals in Japan are very different from hospitals in America. Most hospitals in America are cold, like really cold, like icebox morgue cold. But hospitals in Japan are hot. Like, it was so hot. I had to ask for a fan on my last night because, oh my god, I was like dying. But anyway, post-op, I feel fine. Every now and again I do still have a little bit of pain, but I feel completely normal. My incision sites are all healed up, and I have been walking around and moving around and everything. I've never had major surgery before in my life. Well, I did, but I was like just a few days old. But I haven't had major surgery in my life as an adult, and they made the experience like really, really nice, and I would do it again. But hopefully by the time I go get surgery again in this country, I am like better at Japanese, because I don't think Evie will be there to help me out. Yeah, so the overall price of my stay plus the food, room, board, surgery itself, what I paid out of pocket was 8 mon, which is maybe a little under, maybe like $724. Yeah, $700, 700 in that range for USD, which is really good, because if you're from America, y'all know I would have probably left that place paying maybe $6,000, something crazy, something real crazy. But I feel better. I'm healed. I am ready to conquer the world. I'm ready for the world, basically. If you have any questions about surgery, or like what I went through, or the whole process, like please just comment that down below. Hopefully this was insightful for somebody. I know that there are people online that talk about their issues with the Japanese medical system, and I know it's not the best, but in comparison to what I have experienced in America, it's like I'd give them about an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. And that's me coming from having lived in both the north regions of America and the southern regions of America. I don't know how it works on the west coast. I hope y'all got it better than we do over on the east coast, because they be trying to kill us on the east coast. And then my final note that I'd like to say is for like, it's just kind of like a note for others, brown and black girls. If you do not think that your doctor is telling you the truth or being 100% helpful with you in America, go to another doctor, because 9 times out of 10 they probably are withholding the truth from you. And if I had known that it was a tumor when I was in America, I would have gotten it solved a lot quicker. There wouldn't have been any cause for concern about my reproductive life and reproductive health. And I feel ashamed that I didn't really stand up for myself as a woman dealing with a medical issue that I'm unaware of. So, you know, that's just my tidbit to you. I'm going to go. Hopefully you guys will see me in another video looking a little less like this. And yeah, so bye. So if you hear that in the background, I've been playing Sims for like days. I love The Sims. It's such a fun game. I could just escape. Ugh. But I feel better. I'm so happy. Thank you, God, that I came out of that. Thank you. Just, He be doing it, okay? See y'all.